They say you're not alone in deep space. There are eyes out there in the far black watching. They say we should be afraid. Clearly they never met my mother. My mother was born on Earth, and like so many who were born in that special place of history and culture, she was an artist and a dreamer, her eyes always fixed on the stars. "We're all made of stardust," she'd say. "Isn't that just the most amazing thing?" As soon as she was old enough, she got her pilot's license and left to follow her dreams out among the stars. But she found out pretty quickly that the galaxy didn't care about her dreams. It was an unforgiving and often cruel place. But my mother was a formidable lady. She wasn't going to give up on her dreams that easily. "It's not the galaxy's fault," she said. "The galaxy's a beautiful place. It's just a shame it's so full of ugly people. Someone should do something about that, really." So she chose to fight. Bullies and thugs, that's what she called them. But it was a local petty criminal at the head of a galactic superpower. It made no difference to her. Injustice was injustice. She just couldn't let it stand. When she finally chose to settle down and raise a family, it didn't mean an end to her crusade. She just moved the fight to a different battleground. Out went the combat, and she turned instead to trade, fighting famine and disease with food and medicine. So when she herself fell ill, it took us all by surprise. Well, all of us except her, that is. She'd hidden her symptoms so she could carry on her fight, putting everyone else's battles before her own concerns, just like always. She'd been a fighter her entire life, but she knew this was one fight she couldn't win. I knew what she was planning, of course. I tried to talk her out of it, persuade her to spend her last days at home. We got into quite an argument about it, in fact. But really, it was just frustration and despair on my part, because I knew her mind was already made up, and nothing I said was going to change that. "Stay at home," she said. "My home is the stars. They gave birth to us all, and we all return to Stardust eventually. Some of us sooner than others, it seems. If the stars want company, then who am I to argue?" Arguments, yeah. I'm going to miss those arguments. She was frail towards the end, but she was just as stubborn as ever. As I helped her into her ship for the last time, she fixed me with a curious look. It was as if the imminence of death had lifted the veil on life for her, and she could see me clearly for the first time. She smiled and said, "You know, I think the reason you and I have argued so much is because really we're so very much alike." I had no words to reply. To be compared to my strong and proud mother was the greatest compliment anyone could have given me. The fact it was her saying it... I turned away so she wouldn't see the tears in my eyes, but she knew they were there. How could she not? She was my mother after all. I watched the glow of her engine as it dwindled, becoming just one more star in a sky of billions. And then she was gone. They say the galaxy is humanity's mother, so I guess that goes double for me now. They also say you're not alone in deep space, that we're being watched and we should be afraid. But I'm not afraid, because out here in the far black, here among the dust of the stars, I know I'm being watched. And I know that as long as the stars shine, I'll never be alone.